Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Meerkat Musings. Welcome back to a unique video. I am coming at you today from a virtual world, effectively. I am playing around with this VR headset I got for my birthday. I'm currently in an office. As you can see, this is very different very different to any office I've ever actually had. I don't recall an office which had a vista quite like that one. But there you go. You may be thinking, he's got hands. Yep, and I'm not even using the VR controls for this. There's some sort of setting on this to do with being able to use your hands like normal hands, which is very disconcerting. It doesn't respond to everything exactly. I mean, it's not an exact science yet, but it's getting there. And the subject of this video, I did a podcast about this, but the potential is there for so many weird and wonderful things from this technology. My mind kind of gets drawn to things like the film Ready Player One. Some of you would have seen that film. Some of you would have read the book. I mean, I haven't personally read the book, but basically, if you've seen the film or read the book, then you'll know that we're looking at a world which is very much kind of lived in VR, and it kind of presents both sides of the coin, really, because there are problems with that, undoubtedly. Also, the potential for some amazing things with that technology can't be overlooked, and it wouldn't surprise me if there are already people out there right now working on some of the ideas. For example, working on the sort of contact suits that they wore, the motion pads, so you can feel like you're actually running and moving properly in this world. All of that is probably been developed, as I say, by people way smarter than me. And where will work, which I know sounds incredibly boring, but my mind was drawn in the first instance to my job. I design bathrooms for a living, and the opportunities with this technology for that. Just imagine for a second, you have to excuse the cat over there rustling his bell. He's chasing his tail, I think. Yes, my cat chases his tail. He's quite entertaining, actually, when he does that. Anyway, I digress. So, imagine a scenario where, in my line of work, I've designed a bathroom, and now I can drop it into this virtual world. I can say to a would-be customer, try on this headset. I don't know, if we'll ever have full contact bodysuit things available for places like where I work, but try on the headset, put on this suit. Hygiene reasons, of course, would have to come into play, I guess, with that. But you could look at your bathroom. You could actually physically feel like you're getting into your bath, or into your shower enclosure. You're opening the mirrors, all that kind of stuff. You could do that virtually, and with the right technology, or as technology develops, it could feel really real. And maybe, rather than perhaps saying to customers do this in store for all the aforementioned sort of hygiene issues, it could be something that you do from rather than someone a 3D picture, or sending them a file that can open virtually and explore in their own home, and see what they think of it. And it wouldn't surprise me if that technology is being looked at. And it wouldn't surprise me if one day we see it in my lifetime. I don't know. But I can imagine, as I say, there are people out there who are going to be developing this, and they're going to be very, very keen to make this kind of thing happen. I mean, look at where I am now. I mean, as I say, I'm in a virtual world, and I'm at a desk. I could have wanted to do some drawing. I don't know what that does. I could do drawings. I can change seats. I mean, where should we sit? Should we sit over there? Different view. I wouldn't normally have antlers head because I don't really do with hunting, but there you go. That's something I drew earlier. I tried to draw a little bathroom as well as a face. As you can tell, I'm not all that good. This is technology I'm learning about, of course. But there you go. And you could have virtual meetings in all kinds of environments in weird and wonderful ways. The technology is developing at an amazing rate, and the future for it looks amazing. The future for it in terms of just being able to talk to people. I mean, can you imagine what it might mean if you've got family that live halfway around the world and you can't easily see them? Okay, video call technology has of course come a long way in recent years, but with the, if you like, say the Ready Player One level of VR tech, you could hug people, shake hands, you could go on adventures together in some amazing ways that you can't do at the moment. And especially in this post-pandemic world, sometimes it's difficult even just to see family members who live in the same town, let alone sort of family members who live halfway around the world or friends who live halfway around the world. With this, you can virtually meet up with friends that you haven't seen for years without necessarily taking risks. Without the risk of sort of the virus and other things. It will never beat real human interaction. Of course it won't. And I would always say, look, if you've got the choice here, go and meet someone for real. But it's a great way of getting around problems like distance and things like that. I mean, these VR things at the moment aren't cheap, and I don't imagine a full-blown sort of Ready Player One style motion capture suit thing would be cheap. But compared to the price of, say, plane tickets to Australia and hotels and all that kind of stuff, I dare say it probably is cheap. So you've got to sort of bear that in mind. I think the technology is amazing. The one thing, and you may have noticed that I'm adjusting my headset a bit here, that bothers me at the moment is I wear glasses, and these things are not particularly comfortable or great if you wear glasses. I imagine that that's something that will improve with time. I certainly hope so. But yeah, I mean, I haven't used this headset loads of times. I've used it quite a few times. I'm still getting used to it. It's slightly weird. Not least of all because when you're in the room, you can hear people talking who are, very much in the real world. There are certain things that I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I mean, that's just me personally here, but I tried out a roller coaster app and I felt queasy from that, and a few other things as well. There was a trip onto the International Space Station that made me feel really queasy because your mind, your eyes are telling you one thing, and your body is saying something different, and that, of course, is how you get motion sickness, and that's how you end up with some very sort of unsettling experiences in virtual reality. So I've had a couple of experiences like that already. But I really enjoyed the Vader Immortal Star Wars thing that I played. I've enjoyed some of the mini games that I've tried out. I love the potential it has for things like this. I mean, I could meet with people from work virtually, or I could meet with my publisher of my book in a world like this, and we could go through notes and chat about things. And you can link this to a PC, so if you don't all have a virtual headset, it doesn't matter because you can log on via computer and take part that way. So there's like cross-platform interaction which is possible here. All of which just adds up to something brilliant in my view. As I say, there's a long way to go. There's still time for this technology to develop, but the potential is there, and I can't wait to see where we kind of take this in the future. I'm really thrilled by what we can do with this, and I can't wait to next